What's up, Lakers fans? The NBA offseason is starting to heat up, and once again, the purple and gold are at the center of it all. As soon as the season ended for several teams, the trade rumors and backdoor talks began to stir things up across the league. And now, a particularly spicy rumor has entered the conversation. Could Bam Adebayo be wearing the Lakers jersey in the near future? This is not just another baseless rumor, but something that gained traction after some intriguing discussion surfaced. Bam Adebayo, one of the cornerstones of the Miami Heat, has suddenly been mentioned as a potential target for the Lakers, a team that's clearly on the hunt for a strong defensive anchor. After falling short of their ultimate goals, the front office knows reinforcements are needed, and not just any reinforcements. They want a game changer. And in terms of defensive presence, Adebayo might just be the perfect fit. Since the trade deadline earlier in the season, it was already clear that the Lakers were eyeing someone to fortify their paint. Their efforts to find a defensive star back then didn't materialize. But the mission remains the same: secure a dominant figure in the front court. The logic is simple. If you want to compete at the highest level, especially in the unforgiving Western Conference, you need elite defense. You need someone who can switch, protect the rim, and hold his own against the league's best big men. Bam checks all those boxes and more. What makes the situation even more interesting is the commentary that sparked the buzz. According to reports, the possibility of Adebayo joining the Lakers was brought up by someone close to league dynamics. The speculation didn't come out of nowhere. It stems from a broader context. A Lakers organization actively exploring big names and top-tier talent during this offseason. With LeBron James not getting any younger, every move now has to be made with a win-now mentality. Every addition to the roster has to be about impact, consistency, and playoff pedigree. However, the path to landing Adebayo is far from easy. The Miami Heat are known for their loyalty and for holding on to players who embody their culture, and Bam Adebayo is exactly that kind of player. He's gritty, disciplined, and a leader on and off the court, so the idea of the Heat letting him go isn't just unlikely, it's borderline unthinkable unless an overwhelming trade package is presented. And here's the catch. Do the Lakers have enough assets to pull off such a blockbuster? The big question hovering over this rumor is what exactly the Lakers could offer that would entice Miami. Some voices have questioned whether someone like Austin Reeves could be part of the deal. But when you break it down, the fit just doesn't make much sense for the Heat. Reeves is a solid player, no doubt, but they already have Tyler Herro, who fills a similar role. Both are crafty guards, both can create off the dribble, and both are still relatively young. In fact, Herro is even younger than Reeves, making it a bit redundant to bring in someone with a nearly identical skill set unless you plan on moving one of them again. On top of that, age also plays a role in these considerations. Reeves is 2 years older than Herro and only a year younger than Bam. So from a long-term investment standpoint, there's not a significant advantage in that direction for Miami. For the Heat to consider moving Adebayo, the offer would need to be not just fair, but overwhelming. Something that includes young talent, picks, and perhaps even a third team to balance out the interests. Right now, it doesn't look like the Lakers have that kind of leverage unless they get seriously creative. But the Lakers front office is known for thinking big. They've made bold moves in the past, and they understand the urgency of the moment. With LeBron still performing at an elite level, there's no time to waste. They need a defensive stalwart to anchor the team and reduce the burden on Anthony Davis, who himself has had his share of injuries and needs support down low. Bam Adebayo could theoretically allow Davis to play more freely, shift to the power forward slot where he's most effective, and help create a front court duo that's absolutely terrifying for opposing offenses. There's also the consideration of what kind of identity the Lakers want to build moving forward. They've always been a franchise of stars, yes, but their most successful runs, especially in recent memory, have had defense as a core pillar. Think back to the 2020 championship team. That squad wasn't just about putting up points. It was about grinding down opponents, closing lanes, and forcing tough shots. Bam would fit perfectly into that mold. He's not flashy in the traditional sense, but his presence on the court changes the dynamic of any game he's in. And this isn't just about defense either. Offensively, Adebayo has grown into a solid passer, a smart decision maker, and someone who doesn't need a ton of touches to be effective. He's the kind of player who fits seamlessly into a team structure, which is exactly what the Lakers need. With LeBron orchestrating the offense and guys like D'Angelo Russell or Reeves taking on secondary ball handling duties, Bam could slide right in and contribute without disrupting the rhythm. Still, it's important to remember that rumors are just that, rumors, until there's a concrete offer on the table and real movement from both sides. The idea of Bam Adebayo in a Lakers uniform remains just a tantalizing possibility. But in this league, things can change overnight. All it takes is one phone call, one shift in the market, or one team deciding to pivot in a new direction. The Lakers are watching, waiting, and if the opportunity presents itself, they'll be ready to pounce. But while Bam Adebayo might be the dream acquisition, the Lakers are not putting all their hopes in one basket. As this offseason progresses, the front office is keeping its eyes wide open across the league. They know that this summer could very well shape the direction of the franchise for the next few years. That's why other names are being considered. Behind closed doors, players who might not have the same defensive profile as Bam, but could still offer major impact on both ends of the floor. One such name that has started to gain traction is Andrew Wiggins. The former #1 pick who played a crucial role in the Golden State Warriors' recent title run could now be a realistic target for the Lakers. Wiggins is a unique case. His journey in the NBA has been a roller coaster, with moments of brilliance and long stretches of inconsistency. But what's not up for debate is his two-way potential. He can guard multiple positions, he has the athleticism to keep up with elite wings, and when engaged, he can be a real disruptor on defense. Offensively, he's a slasher, a capable spot-up shooter, and someone who can step up in big moments. Something he proved in the 2022 finals. Adding him to the Lakers' rotation could address several needs at once, especially if the team decides to shift their focus from a traditional big man to a more versatile forward who can plug into different lineups. Now, how did Wiggins even become a possibility? According to some reports, there have been internal discussions within the Lakers' leadership circle about exploring trade scenarios involving the Warriors. Golden State, for their part, may be open to reshuffling their roster as they prepare for the post-Steph Curry era. That means a lot of things could be on the table, including veterans with big contracts. Wiggins, who has dealt with personal issues and time away from the game recently, might be one of the players they'd be willing to move, especially if they get future assets or promising young talent in return. And that's where the Lakers could swoop in, offering a mix of expiring deals, picks, and maybe one or two young players to make the numbers work. But even beyond names like Adebayo and Wiggins, what really defines this moment for the Lakers is the sense of urgency. They don't have the luxury of time anymore. LeBron James, as great as he continues to be, is in the twilight of his career. Every season now is championship or bust. That's the weight the franchise carries. And Anthony Davis, while still in his prime, has had enough wear and tear on his body that you can't just assume he'll be available for 80 games a year. The team needs more than depth. It needs star-caliber players who can show up when it matters and carry the load when the main guys need a break. There's also the matter of identity. Over the last couple of years, the Lakers have seemed a bit unsure about what kind of team they want to be. Are they a fast-paced run-and-gun squad? A defense-first grindhouse? A veteran-heavy lineup that leans on experience? Or a younger developing core trying to grow into a contender? The truth is they've tried a little bit of everything, and the results have been mixed. This offseason, more than anything, is a chance to pick a lane and go all in. Whether that means building a monster defensive unit around LeBron and Davis or finding the right mix of shooting and athleticism to support their stars, it has to be decisive. The time for half measures is over. One thing that has consistently held the team back in recent years is the lack of consistent shooting. Yes, defense wins championships, but in today's NBA, spacing the floor is no longer optional. The Lakers need more shooters, plain and simple. That's another reason why a guy like Wiggins might be appealing. He's not a pure sniper, but he can hit threes at a decent clip and has enough gravity to keep defenses honest. Pair him with another shooter, maybe someone from free agency or even through a trade, and suddenly the court starts to open up in a way it hasn't for the Lakers in a long time. This would allow LeBron to operate more freely, Davis to face fewer double teams, and the rest of the offense to flow better. Meanwhile, there's the looming question of what happens with some of the current roster. Players like D'Angelo Russell, Rui Hachimura, Jared Vanderbilt, and even Austin Reeves are all part of the equation. Depending on who the Lakers target, some of these names could end up being trade chips. That's just the reality of trying to land a star in this league. You have to give something to get something. And while all those guys have shown flashes of value, the front office has to evaluate whether they're part of a long-term plan or simply pieces that can help acquire someone more impactful. There's also the idea of future flexibility. The Lakers want to compete now, but they can't completely mortgage their future. That's the tightrope they're walking. It's not easy, especially when expectations are sky high and the margin for error is razor thin. One wrong move and you've not only missed out on a title, but you've potentially tied your hands for years. That's why the front office is being meticulous, weighing every option, analyzing every scenario, and trying to forecast how different lineups would actually work on the court, not just on paper. Then comes the coaching aspect. No matter who they bring in, it's going to be crucial that the coaching staff knows how to maximize the talent. Whether it's Darvin Ham or someone else leading the charge, they'll need to be creative, flexible, and ready to make bold adjustments. You can't afford to be stubborn or slow to react in a league that moves this fast. Rotations, schemes, matchups, everything needs to be on point. The Lakers have the stars, but stars alone won't win games. They need structure, they need chemistry, and above all, they need buy-in from everyone in the locker room. From a fan's perspective, all of this can feel overwhelming. Rumors flying left and right, names being thrown into trade machines, and endless speculation about what's next. But that's the NBA for you. Drama, suspense, and the constant search for the next big move. And if history has shown us anything, it's that the Lakers are never content to just sit back and wait. They're going to be active, aggressive, and looking to make a splash. Whether it's Bam Adebayo, Andrew Wiggins, or another star yet to be mentioned, you can bet that Rob Pelinka and the front office are exploring every possible angle. The offseason is only just beginning, and already the stakes feel sky high. Every move will be scrutinized, every decision debated, but this is also the fun part. It's the time when franchises are rebuilt, when contenders are born, and when legacies are shaped. The Lakers know that. They've been here before. And now, with the pressure mounting and the future of the team hanging in the balance, they have a chance to make moves that could define the next chapter in their storied history. Before we continue, we ask that you leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any exclusive Lakers updates. Moving on! In what could become one of the most sensational moves in recent NBA history, rumors are swirling around the possibility that Los Angeles Clippers star Kawhi Leonard has accepted an offer from none other than their city rivals, the Los Angeles Lakers. Though nothing has been officially confirmed, sources close to the situation suggest that Leonard may be preparing to make the jump across town, potentially shifting the balance of power in the Western Conference for years to come. The speculation began to pick up steam after insiders reported that Leonard had been in discreet talks with Lakers executives over the past few weeks. Allegedly, the Lakers presented an attractive multi-year offer aimed at luring the two-time NBA Finals MVP to form a new super team alongside LeBron James and Anthony Davis. Such a trio would instantly make the Lakers the odds-on favorites for the next championship, reigniting the franchise's historic dominance. While Kawhi Leonard has always been known for his reserved personality and preference for privacy, this latest rumor suggests he may be ready for a fresh start after several injury-plagued seasons with the Clippers. Some reports claim that frustrations within the Clippers organization, combined with the allure of a more stable and championship-ready environment, could have influenced his decision. Social media exploded with speculation late last night when several NBA insiders hinted at major news coming out of Los Angeles. Fans and analysts alike have been dissecting Leonard's recent public appearances for any clue about his intentions. Notably, Leonard was seen dining at a popular Beverly Hills restaurant rumored to be a favorite meeting spot for Lakers players and management, only adding fuel to the fire. However, it is important to note that, as of now, There's been no official confirmation from Leonard, his representatives, the Clippers, or the Lakers. NBA insiders caution that while discussions may have taken place, agreements in principle can always fall apart before contracts are signed. Still, the mere possibility of Kawhi Leonard donning the purple and gold is enough to send shockwaves throughout the league. If this move does materialize, it could mark the end of the Clippers' championship aspirations and herald a new era of dominance for the Lakers. Until then, fans will be watching closely for any official statements or further leaks in what has quickly become the most talked about potential transfer of the NBA offseason. Stay informed exclusively about Los Angeles Lakers news. Subscribe to our channel and hit the like button to keep receiving daily updates. Also, share your opinion on the news in the comments, as your contribution is crucial for the Lakers. Stay tuned for the next video.